Hello everyone, I'm the Nerdy Fool and welcome back to Baldur's Gate 3. We are in the city of Baldur's Gate, just exploring around, seeing what there is to see. Last time we talked to Damon here, and we aren't allowed to go into the upstairs door of the Diabolic Forge, but looks like we can go in the basement, and I want to say we found a key for it. And we did. So let's see what's down here. Mace +2 and it's shiny.
Wonder if the gods are watching me.
Warhammer +1 and none of this counts as stealing, interestingly enough. So I can just take all of it. I mean, I might as well. It's very valuable. We'll leave the bronze ingot behind.
A bag of holding.
Wooden chest that's also not stealing. On weapon coatings. Group of adventurers approached me. Their grinned docile and earnest, and they needed my knowledge in alchemy to help them differentiate between weapon coatings. They claimed to be giant hunters. Taking pity on these well-meaning morons, I explained this section of the page has been ruined beyond salvage. Annotated in the margin, someone has thoughtfully made the following note. Poisons. Poison the target and sometimes inflict additional conditions. Toxins deal damage over time. Oils. These inflict conditions that can harm creatures that are immune to poisons and toxins. When in doubt with alchemy, just recall the rule of 3. 3 good twists is all it takes to grind a magpie into flakes. That felt good. I've really come to loathe that bastardly rhyme of mine. I'll leave it untouched in previous chapters, but from now on, I'm having a bit of fun with it. Well, let's take all of that. Not that I use any of the coatings, like the arsonist oil that I still don't think I've ever bothered using.
Let's have a look.
Unwanted Masterwork Gauntlets. Attack +1, saving throws +1. +1 on attack rolls is pretty cool. Unwanted Masterwork Greaves. Athletics +1. That's it. Boots are stamped with the marks of a cancelled commission. Despite their discarded fate, they still hum with complex infernal arcana. Worth 240, worth 300. Might as well grab them. So yeah, this isn't actually connected to the shop upstairs. That's interesting. We're not allowed to go in there. Huh. Alright, well let's check out this place over here because I don't think we've been in here either, from what I saw. At least we haven't checked out their mailbox.
Makes me wonder how they knew it was still me.
Oh, you can tell all sorts with technology.
I have something to ask.
days.
I hope they stitched up the pieces before they sent the body to the family. If they could find them all, that is.
I think they were talking about Stelmane. So yeah.
Oh, I'm sure they cleaned up the scene of the murder before they started serving customers again. Oh, they must have done. They must.
No, they just kind of locked off that room and said no one's allowed to enter. But yes. Thank you for dinner. Here's Tally. Thank you for having us over the other night. I can't tell you how nice it was to just sit around the table, eat good food, and talk again. It feels as if the whole world's gone mad, so having a normal meal with friends was such a treat, especially for the kids. Speaking of, if you ever need us to take AO so you and Tim can have some time to yourselves, we'd be more than happy to. I didn't want to pry and risk spoiling the evening, but Tim seemed a little on edge. Let us know, and thank you again. Love, Sabine, Freddie, and the kids.
What would you do with a decapitated head anyway? Not like you could sell it.
Hey, Tim.
What are you doing here? This is a private home, understand?
Yes, but you didn't have it marked that I'm not allowed to enter.
What if there were
Hey, Tally.
Hello? I wasn't expecting any guests.
There's like, why are you in my home? Because I'm an adventurer and I can? So taking anything here is criminal, but just entering was fine. Taylor's record of customers and jobs. Leafing through the pages, it seems he's clothed everyone from the upper city's finest to passing sailors who needed their uniforms patched. By all accounts, he enjoyed a brisk trade until recently when paid in full started to give way to IOU. Interesting. Hey, kid.
Hello. Are you a tax collector? Papa told me I shouldn't talk to them if they showed up.
I am not a tax collector. Stuffed toy owlbear. Tim's notebook. I don't know if there's anything here to find quest-wise, or if this is just interesting flavor for the world. The journal is filled with sketches of dresses, notes on unusual stitches, and several intricately detailed embroidery patterns. There was
Something over there.
in one of the bars we went in, I think there were some nobles who were talking about a tailor or something. I'm wondering if this is related. It was many episodes ago, so I've completely forgotten. Let's just grab all of that and then actually look at it now. Yeah, so we got missed payment. Amberst, my organization helped with your finances on the understanding that you'd repay your debt promptly. Imagine my disappointment when that debt came due, and instead of a sack of coin, all you sent me was a string of wet excuses. Now I know you're an honest man who loves his family, so you'll work hard to put things right between us, but I can't ignore a missed payment. My people will be there tomorrow to collect a late fee, and they'll come back every 10 days until you clear your debt, or they're forced to terminate our contract. I hope I've made myself clear. Keen, the guildmaster.
Choose your next move carefully.
My thievery was noticed. I mean, I assumed that if I just, while not being noticed, grabbed the stuff, put the floorboards back, etc., then I was fine. But I guess maybe because I'm reading the note right in front of them, I didn't expect to be caught. I didn't actually want to steal. I just knew that reading while it was still in the floorboards would probably get me caught. Let's try to talk our way out of the situation. I am very good at talking. Excuse me, someone of my rank won't be disturbed by someone like you. Intimidation, do you really want to go down this road with me? Or, I'm just minding my business. It's nothing to do with me. Persuasion, as I'm thieving. We're going to roll the persuasion. It's what I do. We've got a plus 17 already on a DC 15. Don't roll a nat 1 and we're good. 3 is pretty low, but we are still good. I'll take that 20.
You'll walk free for now, but your stories won't land so well if you're caught again.
Can I go back to reading your family's personal notes? Thank you. I hope I've made myself clear. Keen Guildmaster. On the back of the letter is a scrawled record of money and treasures squirreled away, slowly increasing but dipping dramatically every 10 days. It never gets close to the total circled at the bottom of the page. Okay, so they're... Oh, thief. Yeah. What happened here? Gotta be more evidence. I mean, kind of wish I could help them out. Just toss them 1,000 gold or something and call it good. My guess is there's no way to...
You a friend of my husband, perhaps?
Apparently I'm a thief and you already know it. So... No?
Be on your way, or I'll summon the City Watch to deal with you.
Okay, yeah, there's no way to help them. We just sort of read all of everything going wrong with his life, including, I think there was some amount of gold in there that we stole, and some jewelry and whatnot. So, my bad. Sorry, guys.
Bits.
I don't understand the doors that... Is there an upper story? No. There's an upper story, but it doesn't connect to that door. That makes 0 sense to me. Let's head back here. That's the kid we just talked to. Anything new to say now that you're outside?
I was telling Papa we need a lock on our door. I suppose this explains why.
Yeah. Let's wander back here. Because I don't think we've been back here before.
Can I have that, please, sir?
Oh, no. This is familiar. We have been back here. Just wondering if there's a zombie around in some of these tucked away back areas. But yeah, we have talked to you. I think we have been back here. Yeah, this is where the guy making the coffins is. Okay. So we've circled around. Where have we not gone yet? So we haven't gone through here, but that's leading to Astarion's quest. Maybe it is time to go talk to Helsik. Looks like there's a bit more here we haven't explored. Just seeing where the edges of the map that haven't been fully filled in are. A little bit down here and here that we couldn't easily get to. And then obviously all this down here where the Iron Hands and Steel Watch and whatnot are. Okay, let's talk to Helsik. Yeah. So that's going to be to the northwest, I think. We'll stay out of the graveyard. I think it's here.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
You go in first, it was your idea.
Yeah, but I dared you first, so you have to go.
Bloody believe it.
Let's see what we've got in here. No, don't close the door. Go in. Devil's Fee. We gained a bunch of experience just for walking in. Monster Skull, Monster Skull. That is a big Monster Skull.
This head's a long way from home. Belongs to one of the Fugue Plains death devils.
Cool.
A really curious skull. By the size, I'm guessing a Gargantula. So many infernal items. Looks like a genuine Diabolist's collection.
So you saw something off about this. No, I think it's just what we already saw. That it's... whatever. Fugue Plains Death Devils. Gargantula? For that? I don't know these names, so can't really comment on it. I could try... There's supposed to be books in here. I could try reading them. But opening those is considered stealing, I think. Or at least could get me in trouble. And you're Helsik. Let's see what else we have around. Tales of the Hells.
That might be worth a look.
I will give that a look in a moment. Diabolic Tales collected by Greshnag the Inattentive, Impish Archivist. Entry 18, Smiler the Defiler. If your wanders through Avernus seem to become an awful lot more scenic, luscious woods, big bushes, and the like, you may have wandered into a wily trap set by a creature named Smiler. None of us hellfolk know exactly what he is, where he's from, or how he got here, but he's a nasty piece of work. Well, he's called the Defiler, ain't he? He's not just nasty. Plenty of folk are nasty here, but he's weird. Something's not right. The book continues in a similar unenlightening fashion. What did we see over here? Oh, the monster's horn, probably.
Imitation horns, but barely distinguishable from the real thing.
That was a failed Arcana check. On a success, would we think it was real? Let's try some other people. See if they have any better rolls.
Real war devil horns. The book's undersold just how big they are.
So on a success, she thinks they're real. On a fail, we think they're imitation.
something over there.
Display case, but I don't think we should unlock it. Actually, it's not technically calling it stealing. The icon's gray rather than red. Furnace Survival Guide, a chapter titled On Traversing the First Layer. The text details the terrain of the Avernus, a bleak, rocky landscape beneath a black sky with rivers of blood rushing between the cracks. The most frequent guidance given to adventurers on encountering any of the plane's many physical perils to simply turn around and run. To combat the spiritual perils, the company of clerics is of paramount importance, to soothe those swayed by the plane's evil influence, or to consecrate the corpses of those who succumb. Do we unlock that? Just to see what's in it.
Infernal gems, straight from the heart of Minoros. Quite the rarity.
Oh. Okay. There is an upstairs we could theoretically go to, and... oh, I think that just goes back there to Helsik. Okay. Let's talk to him before we just keep exploring.
I welcome thee
Her.
to the Devil's
Not
Fee,
him.
where every hellish curio's a rarity. So merry be and shop with glee.
Did you help Lord Gortash retrieve some hellish curios by any chance? She's probably not going to tell us. Your hoard of genuine infernal items is impressive. Show me the really good stuff.
Well, well. It's been a while since I've had such discerning custom. Here, you may browse my more curated selection.
Do you have to speak in rhymes, or is that a choice of yours? We're going to take the healing potions, of course. Can never have too many of those. Anything else particularly interesting? Start of combat, the wearer gains momentum equal to the charisma modifier. Advantage on concentration saving throws. Advantage on concentration is pretty good. Increase your wild shape charge by 1. +1 to spell save DCs and spell attack rolls. Absorb elemental damage once per short rest. Take half the damage from the next elemental attack targeting you. Deal an additional 1d6 to that element on your next attack. It's a cloak. I don't know if I have it. An important cloak. Do I not have a cloak at all? I think that's my cloak slot that's sitting there empty. Alright. I didn't even check the price. It's fine, probably. Gemini gloves. Cantrips targeting foes and allies can target an additional creature. The same target can be chosen twice. He made these gloves to make sure his spells hit the target. So, cantrips targeting foes and allies can target an additional creature. Or twice. Does that mean I could use my Shocking Grasp twice on a single creature, doing double damage? Because if so, that is way better than a once per day bonus action cantrip. What about the last pair of gloves? Seeking Spell. When you make a spell attack roll, you can spend a sorcery point to gain advantage. This costs 1 sorcery point per spell slot level. Cantrips cost 1 sorcery point. Just advantage on attack rolls at the cost of a spell point per level. That's pretty rough. I don't think so. We'll grab those. Yeah, thank you for your goods.
Now you've seen what I have for thee. Remember, discretion is key at the Devil's Fee.
Yeah, if she values discretion, she's probably not going to want to tell us about Gortash. Let's look at what we just bought, because it sounds really good. Let's put the cloak on, so we just get an additional +1 bonus to DCs and attack rolls. Always great. And then the gloves. No one else really uses cantrips, so I don't know how important this is for anyone else. Yeah. How much did these items cost? 300 and 450? Yeah, that was a steal.
My most prospective customer. Welcome back.
Thank you. Curios don't interest me. I'm interested in the hells themselves, a place called the House of Hope in particular. Yes. First, we will ask the Gortash question, but I'm guessing she's not going to tell me. Did you help Lord Gortash retrieve some hellish curios by any chance?
You must be awfully familiar with our esteemed Archduke to know about a thing like that.
Ah. She is not discreet. That is good to know. The fact that she just straight up confirmed it. It's poor form. You got to be more discreet in the future. I happened upon some of his correspondence that mentioned you had dealings with him. World colleagues, we were lovers. It was all very steamy. I'm asking the questions here. We're old colleagues. I think that is a reasonable statement. He's asking to work together with us and has been willing to be pretty open about his dealings. So, yeah. Also, those gloves look pretty cool. I don't think they go with the outfit at all, but you could definitely create an outfit that would look good with those gloves. We're old colleagues.
Likewise. Well, less of a colleague, more of a contractor? But I digress. You seek answers. Lord Mammon seeks coin. I will happily mediate. Make me an offer.
Sure. Toss a coin. Yeah. 100 gold, 1,000 gold. Actually, I'll just take a look at your usual wares if you don't mind. Or persuasion. It's customary for any salesperson to offer a free sample. I mean, I've got tons of gold. 1,000 gold wouldn't even bother me. But I've also got a plus 17 on my persuasion. So might as well go for it. DC 15, yeah. I did waste the favorable beginnings. If there's another check with her, then maybe I would have wanted to save that. Since we're going to have dealings with her trying to get to Raphael's home, perhaps it would have been better to save that +4 bonus. Yeah, it's fine.
The first hit's free, eh? Oh, fine. I'll humor you, mortal. Just this once.
Mortal? Are you not mortal?
Before Mammon's picklock, latchkeeper of the 9 hells. My business is not information, nor hellish curios. Not really. I break people into the hells. That's my thing. I can reveal to you that I opened a portal for Lord Gortash.
Where in the hells did the portal go? What business did Gortash have in the hells? Raphael told me the crown of Karsus was stolen from Mephistopheles. Were you involved with that? We could just be very open, because asking her information that we already have the answers to does seem a little pointless. But was that where Gortash went first? I don't remember. I feel like he took 2 trips, but I can't remember why I think that. But definitely going to Mephistopheles and stealing the crown was the big heist. But I want to say he did another heist to get information first or something. Anyway, Raphael told me the crown of Karsus was stolen from Mephistopheles. Were you involved with that?
Raphael. That sounds vaguely familiar, but I have a terrible memory for names. The only thing that jogs it is coin.
Here, 1,000 gold. I'm generous. I don't know how much you want, but 1,000's plenty.
My, what deep pockets you have.
Yes, I do.
Yes, you are quite correct. The Crown of Carsus left the vault, and an opportunity opened for a devil named Raphael. His House of Hope is furnished with a great deal of treasures, many related to Carsus. But alas, he lacks the crown itself. He's rather ambitious. One can only wonder what he has planned for the crown. The answers to that can probably be found within his house.
Yes.
Looks like we owe Raphael a semi-friendly visit.
A less friendly visit, actually. We're wanting to break into his home. Can you help me break into the House of Hope? That was interesting. I'd like to see your wares. That information wasn't worth what I paid. No, it's fine. Can you help me break into the House of Hope?
What a fascinating proposition. Ludicrous, of course, but fascinating nevertheless. Very well. If you wish to die in Avernus, that's your business. Mine is charging you for it.
I just gave you 1,000 gold.
Such a task will require quite the substantial donation to Lord Mammon's coffers.
20,000.
Task will be tantamount to suicide. Do not even entertain it.
20,000. Waive the fee and I'll add one of Raphael's artifacts to your collection. Now that's a fun option. You'll have the price or I'll have you? No. I've already paid you too much. You're ripping me off. It's a steep sum. I need some time to mull this over. I mean, I don't want to go right now. I'm hoping this doesn't just immediately kick us there because I want to get Karlach in our party first. I'm sure she'll just make a portal that we can go through at our leisure. Or we can tell her when we're ready. Probably. Waive the fee and I'll add one of Raphael's artifacts to your collection. Now, reasonably and logically, she should say, no, he'll recognize it and I'll be in super trouble for that. But I'm hoping the game is just going to go for it. Because I have no problem giving up some of Raphael's collection. We'll take a 14 to 17 on this DC 20, no problem. Rolled an 18. Nice. Take a 35 on that DC 20.
You put me in a difficult position, mortal. You are almost certain to fail. Almost. And so, there is a chance you might succeed. Fine. I'd like to be able to carry all of my precious stock without the need of a team of oxen. There are gauntlets of hill giant strength within the House of Hope. Free passage, and you fetch them for me. Deal?
Gauntlets of hill giant strength is what you want. Like, those are very... I'm not going to say mundane D&D items, but... I thought you'd want something strange and weird or from the hells or whatever, like the skulls of giant beasts or whatever. There are people just here in Faerun that make these. Like, those are just magic items you can find. Not like a one-of-a-kind rare artifact. Yeah, I have no problem while we're there seeing if we can find these gauntlets. I'm going to have Astarion try and break into everything we can find and steal his whole collection because that's what I do. Deal, let's do this. I hope let's do this doesn't mean immediately right now.
Allow me to outline how this is going to work.
Perfect.
First, you were never here. We never spoke. Second, you will perform the rites yourself. I want absolute deniability. Here's the grimoire and necessary components. Oh, take this key, too. It unlocks the ritual room upstairs. There's a blood circle already drawn. Don't ask whose blood.
Along with the grimoire and components, Helsik hands you a note containing precise instructions for performing the ritual.
Good.
Finally, you were never here. That is of utmost import to remember. Now be gone!
I mean, if it's so utmost import that no one knows I was here, why are you so candid with letting people know who your previous customers were? That's what I want to know. Toggleable passive. Once per short rest. It's calling it a passive feature, but it's also on a short rest. I just saw the gloves here and now I'm curious. Is this a thing where I'm casting every cantrip twice? Or is it just a single cantrip once per short rest? Don't know. Anyway, do I want to do this now? That's the question. I kind of do. This does interest me. Let's go get Karlak. And with that in mind, what equipment does she have? You've got Jorgel's Greatsword. 2d6 plus 6 with plus 2 acid. Plus 2 acid's probably coming from your ring. Yeah. So just 2d6 plus 6. I guess it's just a plus 1 greatsword with a extra ability. If we compare that to Lae'zel's weapon, which is 2d6 plus 2 extra slashing plus 1d6 psychic. But the psychic's only when wielded by a Githyanki. Okay. Do I have any other awesome weapons? Force Conduit. What is that? Bludgeoning, piercing, slashing damage against the affected entity is reduced by 1 per turn. The entity takes damage while it has 5 or more turns remaining. Deals 1 to 4 force damage in a 20-foot radius. So this would make you more resistant to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing. And then blast out a little bit of force damage. Okay. And it's 2 every hit. And you make 3 attacks per turn. Which means, assuming you're hitting every turn, you're going to get that little force blast. Interesting. Overburn Blade. Looks like it's basically just a normal great sword. Is the extra 2 slashing coming from something you're wearing? I'm just not sure, because I see this gets the 2 slashing and this has the 2 slashing. So I'm feeling like Lae'zel has something that's giving her an extra 2 slashing. But I don't know what it is. You can't wear heavy armor, so you won't be able to wear this awesome armor. Ah, plus 2 to attack and damage rolls. That's what it is. Yeah, we don't really have good boots for you. You just have a basic chain shirt. Part of me wishes I'd gotten you heavy armor proficiency. Although I think that still would stop some of your abilities. Because at least in 5th edition, I think there's a lot that say, as long as you're not wearing heavy armor for Barbarian. So maybe not. Karlak mentioned going on this quest with us, which is why I'm wanting to put her in the party. But I just don't have anything that's seeming terribly important. Or terribly good equipment-wise. D10 plus 6 versus 2d6 plus 6. That's probably better. Yeah, I don't know. +1 bonus to initiative. Advantage on perception. Attack rolls as reactions are with advantage. And it's a +2 weapon. Versus this one is a +1 weapon. It's not doing any additional damage. This one is. I think this is better because all this one gives you is this Colossal Onslaught, which is a 20-foot line of damage once per short rest. Enemies have disadvantage on saving throws against your Dragonborn breath weapon. Brilliant. We'll go with this. Give you that. And yeah, I don't have better armor for you, which I kind of hate. But I just haven't seen any crazy good medium armors I want. Shadowheart might have some. Because she's got the luminous whatever. But have I not given her other medium armors to consider? Advantage on stealth. Don't care about that. Guess not. We could swap you out from two-handed weapons because we've got a lot of pretty good one-handed weapons. And I could give you an awesome shield. You do slightly less damage. Don't think we're going to be dealing with undead. But yeah, I'm just kind of nervous about that AC 18 as my primary tank, particularly if I'm having her use her attack that gives her advantage on her attacks, but gives all enemies advantage against her. Oh, that's the staff that I kept thinking about and wondering where it was hiding. It's in Shadowheart's inventory. That gives us bonuses when casting Bless. Because what do you do? Boost strength. So yeah, that wouldn't help Karlak. Unsure. Because I do like... I do like the ability of her casting Bless and just giving us tons of bonuses. And she doesn't melee that much. Yeah, I'm going to go for it. We're going to put that staff back on. As much as I also really like the mace. Fiends and undead standing in the light are blinded. That's probably going to be useful here. Do I give you the Blood of Lathander? It auto-heals you when you go down to 0 once per long rest. It's a +3 weapon. And then we also give you Kethric's shield. AC 19. Really? You were AC 18 before. I just put on a +2 shield and now you're 19? +1 bonus to spell DC and spell attack rolls. That's not amazing. What if I swap these? Now you're up to 20. That's feeling better. Then we give you back Kethric's shield, which boosts your spell save DCs and spell attack rolls. Yeah. No, I think this is the direction to go there. Okay. With that in mind, let's...
At least things have stayed interesting.
Go get Karlach in the team and swap out from Lae'zel.
Would be nice.
I still wish we had a better medium armor to choose, but it's fine.
Copper for your thoughts.
Actually, I need to have Gale cast Longstrider on you. So before I put you in the party, let's get Gale in the party.
A privilege to witness such a reunion. Shadowheart deserves to have her family restored, when Shar has taken so much from her already.
Absolutely. Join me.
Oh, nothing would give me greater pleasure.
You're stepping in for Lae'zel.
Esteemed company am I stepping in for? Wonderful. Lead on, then.
All right, Gale, you're the party tank right now. I guess I need to have Gale move over here, actually. Alright, cast Longstrider on her. Perfect. Now, Karlach, you're in the team.
Soldier. No room in your party. What should I do?
You'll take over for Gale, of course.
Now we're talking.
Okay, so we've got Karlach, Astarion, and Shadowheart. And I think that'll be a good team to take on the House of Hope. You're only level 10. We gotta level you up twice. While raging, you can use Unrelenting Ferocity and have resistance to all damage. What is... Oh, just healing. Resistance to all damage except psychic. Yeah, I still like the resist all damage. Boosting movement speed's always fun too. Tiger's Bloodlust. Lash out and attack up to 3 enemies at once and make them bleed. Not really that worried in most fights where we have multiple enemies. Usually the scary fights have one tough boss, and maybe some small minor enemies. No, I think we're going to go with Bearheart. And level 12. Which means I've got to choose a feat for you. And that is always the hard part. You've already maxed your strength. I could boost con in something else, but it would be a waste. Unless I choose something that just gives me the con bonus. So I'm not sure how much there is, if anything, that gives a con bonus. Durable. I think we've already given you... I could give you heavily armored. It would waste the strength bonus. Does your rage... Unarmored defense. Your body is as resilient as any armor. While not wearing armor, you add your constitution modifier to your armor class. Wearing heavy armor impedes all positive effects of your rage. This effect does not stack with mage armor. Yeah, that's what I was worried about. Wearing heavy armor impedes the positive effects of rage. So even if we give her heavily armored, it won't fix the fact that she can't rage while wearing heavy armor. When you land a critical hit or kill a target with a melee weapon attack, you can make another melee weapon attack as a bonus action. Plus 10 damage for the -5. That might actually be okay in some cases because she can give herself advantage on her attack rolls. Medium Armor Master just helps with stealth. And she can get a +3 of Dex, which doesn't help. Mobile is always great. Sentinel is also good. Sentinel's really good. Ooh. Roll your damage twice and use the highest result. That could also be very good. Okay, Shield Master is just dex saves. That's not terribly important. Yeah, maybe Savage Attacker, just to increase the damage you do. I mean, Sentinel can be good to protect your allies. I think I'm going to go with Savage Attacker. It's weird to think of a barbarian with one-handed weapon and shield because I always picture them with two-handed weapons, but there's no reason they have to be using two-handed weapons. We're a little bit injured, but I don't think we've used that many spell slots. Yeah, just a 3rd level spell. No, we're good.
At the ready.
And we move even farther because of Aspect of the Elk. It's only a +5. I guess that's not that impressive. Should I read the notes that she gave me? I suppose I should. About how to do this ritual. Opening a Hellgate. And Grimoire bound in imp skin. Infernal Transposition Ritual. Layer of Avernus. Blood circle configuration. Place that which has no eyes but used to see at the western point of the circle. Has no eyes but used to see. Okay. 2 spaces lie opposite that point. Upon the left, place what is cut but cannot bleed. To the right, place that which smells but cannot sniff. Beside the dead remains, the aspect of the Avarice Lord sits clockwise so. Then the circle's center shall receive the internal marvel of infernal marble. Finally, and I mean no disrespect, go to hell. Legal notice, the owner of this grimoire asserts that it is for scholarly and recreational purposes only. As a mere dealer in antiques, I disbelieve in the very existence of infernal transplant travel. Or transplanar travel. The ritual pouch is probably the ingredients we need, hopefully. Yes. Alright. Opening a Hellgate. To open the portal, you must place the ritual items in their proper places on the blood star. Place the skull on the star point near the altar. Place the coin of Mammon on the next point to the right, counting clockwise. Skip a point, and place the diamond on the next one. Place an incense on the point that follows the diamond. Finally, place the infernal marble in the center of the star. Okay, that's easy to determine. There's our blood circle.
That you reconsider this course of action.
What
you expect to gain from the Hells is not worth the risk of traveling there uninvited.
I mean, you could be right. But I've promised the crown to Raphael, and I really don't want to give it to him. Anything of interest in here? Helsik's diary, opulent chest. I don't know if we're going to be back in this room in the future, so I kind of want to check out what I can while I'm here. Let's close these doors, just in case she decides to check on us while I'm wandering about and minorly looting. Alright. Library and bedroom. Take your weave moss. Thank you very much. And your mugwort.
Pockets. What's that?
A loose plank. That is what that is. Note from director Gortash. Ooh. Excellent work, Helsik. I'm beginning to see why they call you Mammon's Picklock. E.g. Astarion, would you mind opening this for me? I'm sure she's fine with me looting the gilded chest in her bedroom. Another coin of Mammon. Mask of Soul Perception. Gain a +2 bonus to attack rolls, initiative rolls, and perception checks. Well. Don't really care that much about initiative, but it's nice. Same with perception, but the +2 to attack rolls is very good. Who does not currently have a mask or helmet slot item? You've got this, which I don't really care about. You've got that gives additional healing, which is great. Will obscure the number you need to roll a critical hit while attacking is reduced by 1. That's pretty good, and I'm definitely keeping the intelligence bonus. So, Karlach, I think we're going to go with you. So you've currently got a +12 on your attack rolls. This should bring it to a 14. Is this... There we go. Yeah, +14. Compared to Shadowheart's +6. +14 is pretty good. Yeah. Might be worth it to have her turn on that ability we just gave her. I guess it's a passive? No. The thing that makes her attacks hit reduces her attack but does more damage. How do we do that? Or is it just part of our attack? No. Didn't I choose that feat? Now I'm second guessing myself. What did I just give you at your level up? Because I thought I gave you... Where can I even see the feats? This character sheet is awful. But I thought I gave you the... I don't even remember what it was called. Lithid Powers, Alchemy, Spellbook. It's not going to be any of those. It was a thing. Because those are just the abilities you got at level up. Where are the feats that I've given you? Savage Attacker, that's the one. When making melee weapon attacks, you roll your damage twice and use the higher result. I thought... No, maybe that was a different power. That was a different one. That was the heavy... Or the heavy weapon master or something. Right. No, Savage Attacker is just advantage on damage rolls. Okay. Then we're good. Alright, I'm going to stop wondering about that. I think
What path lies before me?
there wasn't anything for me that I was missing out there. Let's open these chests as well.
Easy.
Well, yeah, it's a lock, therefore it's easy. As all locks are for you. Crystalline lens, Zorn scales to mask spores, and another infernal marble. I mean, we might as well.
I'll just help myself.
Oh, you're gonna need to lockpick, not just open. Another DC 20, no problem. More random stuff.
Shouldn't have wished to live in more interesting times.
Alright. With that all there, let's read your diary. Is there any sound sweeter than the jingle jangle of coins rubbing against coins? Of course, mammon will hardly be sated by a mere pocketful of gold. No, I'm going to have to start being smarter about this. What I need is not just revenue, but multiple sources of it. If nothing else, to beat Corilla. Perhaps it's time to diversify the business. Not just curios, but information, or even better, access. Oh, you're a genius, Helsik. So, it mentions on the star the point closest to the altar. But I don't see an altar. Let's go back down here. To open a portal, you must place the ritual items in the proper place on the bloody star. Place the skull on the star point near the altar. Is this desk your altar? I mean, it's the closest thing to an altar I can see. But I'd feel more comfortable if there was a more clear... Hey, Owlbear. If there was a more clear, obvious altar. But sure. So there aren't spots clearly defined for placing things. Like, it's not one of the things that you activate and it says just slot in the items, like some things. So we'll go down here. Open this. And close our character sheet. Let's throw the skull. Shadowheart, can you not be standing right there? Okay, skull is there. Scroll all the way back down. Place coin of mammon, next point to the right. Skip a point, then a diamond on the next one. Okay. So coin of mammon. There. Skip a point, and then a diamond. Place incense on the point that follows the diamond. Finally, place the infernal marble in the center. So incense here. I'm noticing the skull is not on fire, and I'm wondering if that's a problem.
Let's get on with
Shadowheart, can you move out of there? Actually, perhaps we should all move out of the circle.
Onward then.
Yeah, everyone go over here. We'll separate Varric off. Varric, you come back over here. We've got all of the items in question. There you go. Notice that there's an arrow pointing this way that I hadn't noticed beforehand. But yes, you're now lit up as well. And I guess all that's left at this point is you. In the center.
Signing the devil's was an impulsive error. Do not seek to correct one mistake
What could possibly go wrong? Let's go back to group mode. And I think I'm going to end the episode here on a bit of a cliffhanger. Next time, we head into the House of Hope. And see how that goes. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you then. Bye.